Yep. Right, so who's ready to find out what class you have next? Or is there something else that you would like to do in the meantime? Okay. Right. Okay. So, you make it to the astronomy tower. Go all the way to the top. How do you go all the way to the top? Do you climb the outside? Do you go up the stairs? There is an elevator. Alright. So you arrive at the top. You go through the door. Okay. Someone knocks back. Okay. Door opens and the room is filled with darkness. Nope. Regular darkness. Okay. Inside you can see the black and white layout of several hooded individuals. Okay. Oh, they're all standing motionless. Nope. So far, none. Okay. 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 You can see 5 hooded figures. Okay. You can now see that all of these figures are quite small. Do you walk into the middle of the room? The door slams shut behind you. Welcome! Welcome! They pull back the hood, letting it drop to the ground. Cloak falls away. I finally found you. I'm your dad's best friend. Shadow! Oh, I'm his best friend. What would you like to call me? Guess I'm Vermin now. Student. Yeah, not in this room though. Oh, I got them to deliver a message. There's also another club that you're supposed to be joining, something about rogues, but I thought this was more important. Okay. Can I unconfuse you? I've been talking. Alright, I'll keep talking. So, how's your day been? Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you need us to kill anyone? Okay, do you need us to kill anyone indirectly? Well, I'm Vermin. I didn't just know him, I was his best friend. Did everything together. The other the other kobolds drop their cloaks and you see a black kobold, a white kobold, a blue kobold, and a white kobold. Oh, okay. The kobold flaps his the blue kobold flaps his wings, goes over and lights several lanterns. Okay, where do you want me to start? Okay. I've been best friends with your dad since he first got here. In fact, some might say I'm his oldest friend as well. We've done everything together. We've gone on adventures, fought big bads, completed jobs. Huh? He didn't often like to talk about me. In fact, he always avoided talking about me. He never told me to go away, except for one time, and that's when he went and got himself killed. I'm gonna stick by you, so that you don't get yourself killed too. Oh, sorry. Do you not speak human? Speak something else? Okay, so when I didn't stick by your dad, he died, so I'm not going to do that with you. His legacy must live on, he punches the sky. Mm-hmm. Oh, a while ago now. Hmm? Like years. They shrug. I think I would know if my best friend was dead. They look at you confused. Oh, I'm their familiar. They're my friends. We're Shadow's secret council. Looking for you. A short person came and told me. They had a symbol thingy. I don't think so, no. Couldn't even find his body. I spent months trying to find it. Found where he died, though. That was a big trip. I even put a headstone there. Oh? Why would I lie? He walks over to you, places his hand on your shoulder. Well, more like your side. Search your feelings. You know what I say to be true. Your dad could read me like a book, and so can you. Apparently not. Okay. As you run out and run down the stairs, you can see the other individual. The one who actually told you to go up here. Roll to hit. You miss. Alert. One of like 2 feats that this person has. They're going to start running with you. What's your movement speed? Okay, they're dashing. Hey, wait! I need to talk to you. And they stop running. Okay. Okay. Stay there for the rest of the night. Okay, is anyone else doing anything else in particular that day? That class was at 8, so about half a day. Good. Good, Alice. Yep. Just chew up a bunch of your spare time, so you're not going to get full days to give to them, but you are going to get lots of little bits to give to them. Yeah. Okay. Your training would begin with Allison. Studying. Studying the arcane arts. And that's pretty much all you'll do for the first class. Alright. The next day. Let's see what class you have today. Anyone remember what the class it is today so I don't have to open that doc? Okay. Alright, which classes have you had so far? Okay. Which means you guys are up to... just rolling to see which one you're getting today. Beasts and Magic. You're asked to meet outside of town at one of the small farms to the south. This class starts at 8 AM. Alright. Alright. As you leave the building, you see that there is a black kobold keeping an eye on your door. Okay. Alright. So, make it to the class. At the class, you can see several unusual creatures. You can see a griffin. Get a nature check from you all. Yep. Nope. He rolled publicly. So, the three creatures are a hippogriff, a griffin, and a tiny flamey bird. Right, you've got no idea about the hippogriff, but you do recognize the griffin. Oh god, this is this guy's name? Okay. Oh. The teacher walks out of the building, tossing his axe into one of the wooden piles. And he walks over to you. Quinn would be there with you. Greetings. Welcome. Do you see the name? Welcome to creatures, or as I like to call it, magical creatures. Now, do any of you have any problems with nature? Good. I'd like to introduce you to three of my favorites. My lovely hippogriff named Pig. My lovely griffin named Cow. And my lovely phoenix named Phoebe. How much do you all know about these creatures? You don't seem very enthusiastic about this class. Yep. I suppose it does share a lot of characteristics with both birds and lions. I have long wondered if birds and lions came from hippogriffs. Someone separating them out. Well, Sachi. Okay, she's not paying attention. Quinn is here. Okay, we have all four of you. Good. Okay, sad one. What's up? What's going on with you? Come on, spill the beans. You can either spill the beans and we can work through it now, or you can spend the entire day moping. Alright, head away from here. Not like that. Your head's not in it. Your head is somewhere else. So we can either talk out whatever you're going through and try to offer some advice, or you can go do something else while the rest of us have a class here. And where's your home? Oh, another plane? Alright, which plane? We can talk about some of their magical creatures. Give me a history check. There's the material plane, and then there's and then there's yeah, the material plane. That was what the history check was for, to see if you'd remember what happened a couple days ago. Me. I've been around. I've looked at magical creatures all over. The Feywild? Alright, why didn't you just start with that? Very well. So, Kima, name 2 creatures from the Feywild. Um, just They do count. Sachi, can you name another? History. Blink dogs. Correct. What about you, Light? What do you know? Alright. So, do any of you see yourselves going down the magical creatures route? Grow these magical beasts. When they reach a certain age, you sell them on, or you sell their meat, or one of the other components that they produce. None of you? Alright. And we can start with blink dogs. Blink dogs are, well, not exactly like dogs, more like wolves. They're magical beasts from the Feywild. They have a unique characteristic that allows them to travel through the Feywild's ethereal plane and materialize back on the Feywild. This is a characteristic that is not often found in creatures. We don't have it in our wolves, but the Feywild has it in theirs. Do any of you have any ideas why this might be? History check. Even a religion check, maybe. You're not sure. Thought you have the potential to maybe know this, but you would need a very high roll. You do not know either. The Court of the Feywild granted their hounds this ability in exchange for their service to the Feywild. Blink dogs will always return there. Whenever they use their blink ability, they can choose to either remain on whatever plane they're currently on, or they can blink to the Feywild. They're the only creature that can do this that I'm aware of. At least natively. They are the only form of multiplanar travel that occurs naturally, at least on a creature level. There are other white wolves, but I don't exactly call them natural. Unicorns and other such Yes, white wolves are creatures native to the Feywild, but they gain their ability based on the creatures that they interact with. If you are able to cast magic and you spend enough time around them, they'll learn the ability to cast magic. If you can plane a travel, they'll plane a travel. If you can, well, in this case teleport, they can teleport. If you can heal, they can heal. But their abilities are very temporary. You must remain in near constant interactions with them, or they'll lose their ability. Yes, there are multiple types of familiars. Natural familiars and then magical familiars. I'm not quite a fan of magical familiars, they're just not quite permanent. But natural familiars, and he looks around at his beasts, they can be quite loyal, but they take a hell of a lot more work. Yes. A magical familiar is a spirit that you've conjured from the ethereal plane, a spirit that refuses to move on. They fight and claw and try to stay. But a natural familiar is a natural born creature, one that you raise. What do you mean? I would imagine that the magic that sustains them would begin to fade. I would imagine that they wouldn't necessarily vanish, but they'll become quite easy to dispel. There's no anchor on them. I would say so. They are connected to them after all. They might not know it as a matter of fact, but deep down, they'll know that something's wrong. Bit of help. So, who wants to ride the griffin? Alright, go ahead and give it a try. Okay. Make me an animal handling check. Charisma animal handling check. So on your character sheet, sorry, just getting it up. Okay. So you see where animal handling is, right? Right next to it you should see the letters WIS for Wiz. Click on that, then you click Charisma. Odd. What is your Charisma modifier? Okay. The creature does not react hostilely. Okay. Keeps an eye on you. It doesn't seem to react. It dips its head. Alright. It's still quite passive. Alright. Kima, what do you do? Right? Charisma animal handling. Really hoping you would have gone first. Fuck. You're able to approach. You approach. No, it seems quite passive. Dips its head. Okay. The second you get 1 foot onto the griffin, it takes off. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Sachi, you can make me a sleight of hand check to grab him. Okay, we have a success from Sachi. She grabs you. It was DC 15. Okay, so she grabs you and she pulls you on. Now you're soaring through the sky at 160 feet per round. The teacher is going to walk over to you, pick you up, pick up Quinn, and toss you both on the hippogriff. And then they're going to slap the hippogriff's ass. And it takes off. It's not quite as fast as the griffin, but it is certainly going. Okay, its head turns around a full 180 degrees. It looks you dead in the eyes, and then it turns back and keeps going. Quinn is holding on to you for dear life. Yep. Would any of you like to try anything? Yep. Yep. Both birds are gaining height in the sky. Now a couple hundred feet into the air. Slowly you're approaching the highest buildings in the school. Dozens of people, hundreds and hundreds of people below, going from class to class. They keep going higher. You are now higher than the tallest buildings. They're circling each other as they keep going higher. Higher and higher it goes. It's now almost a mile high. You can see the clouds as it's approaching them. And then they break through the clouds. They glide along for a little bit. Making sure you get a face full of clouds. You were above, and then they glided along until they went into them. And now they're going to jerk you off. Fling you off. Make me a strength or dexterity saving throw. It cannot. Light might actually manage to hold on. Light, you managed to hold on. God, Quinn. Can make a sleight of hand check. Gonna use dex save. I'm glad I went with the dex save. It's still a failure. Okay. You fail to grab them. Actually, no. Quinn was holding on to you tight enough that they're going to get to make a grapple check. This is 3 higher than it should be. No, apparently it's not. Quinn's just in free fall. Make me a wisdom animal handling check. Make me another strength or dexterity saving throw. Well, you are flying towards Quinn. Nope. See, to try and get it to go where you wanted it to go, you kind of just yanked out part of its fur. Much like that. Eight rounds. Sure. Okay. It's certainly Vecna's child. Okay, so what are the rest of you doing? Okay. So you all plummet to the ground. Quinn is praying. And then the featherfall kicks in. And the teacher just walks over to you. So, what did we learn? Oh. What you've learned is, magical creatures can be fun, but they can also be very dangerous. Now you're getting into the spirit. You're not nearly dying, you're not learning. Alright. So, how many of you are looking to continue taking this class? You're not going to continue taking this class? It's a damn shame, because you get your first magical creature. If you do. One, two, three. Wait, where's the fourth? He looks around and looks up. Oh, I see. He walks inside, pulls out a bow. Let's see. Taking out one of those wings. Okay, he pulls back the bow, he lines her up through the clouds, and then he lets loose. Yes. At disadvantage. And only with all of you, because he's got all of you marked. Not with ranger mark, by the way, with something else. Okay, he has no fighter levels, he has total class level 17. $186. What is your AC? Touchy. Fuck, he actually missed. No, he's going to +5 with inspiration. Make me a constitution saving throw. You succeed, your wing is not incapacitated. Yep, a big wooden arrow. You can dive down to catch as it begins to drop. Yep. Yeah, I just noticed that. did that cut out? That should fix it. Nope, that didn't fix it. I'm just going to set it to default sound. Sorry, just give me a minute. Speaking now.
Alright, I'm gonna try speaking.
Alright, it's coming through.
Is everyone coming through?
Yep, you're all on the same sound output, so if one of you comes through, you all should be.
Okay, that's good.
Alright.
So, are we just, like, gonna wait here until you eventually shoot her down, or?
I think I've gotten her attention.
Could I catch the arrow?
After you died a little bit, you would have been able to grab it.
Cool. As I get, so I'm gonna, start making my way down. When I get close, I'm gonna throw the arrow at the teacher.
Okay. Just gonna let it hit
What do
him.
I roll for it?
Alright, now that you're all back down here. So, unlike the other teachers, I'm not going to try and pitch you any further on my class. I need to know if you're taking it or not, because I need to know how many magical creatures I'm getting.
Getting... What?
A magical
Wait,
pet
we
for
get
each
a
of you.
magical creature?
Is what I just said.
How many classes can we continue?
Technically, you can take all of them.
I'm taking this one.
You do not end up with a lot of free time, though, if you do take all of them.
Okay. Light is raising her hand slowly, still shaking a little bit. I continue.
Perfect. Anyone else?
He was thinking about it for a second. And then he raises his hand.
Alright. Splendid. Oh, class dismissed. It has only been an hour.
Oh. Okay.
That was fun.
So, what are we doing today?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, what do you want to do?
Something?
I'm trying to think, because there isn't really too much to do around here, is there, James?
Clarify.
Well, there's only really the activity, like the extra like the clubs and stuff like that for the background training that there is to do, right?
Correct. There isn't a whole lot of non-educational things going on.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Well, I know we need to get a start soon on that homework for next week.
Oh, yeah. That.
Do both of you have hero forges of your characters that you've been working on for that?
Yeah, you have not sent it to me, so I
have.
You know I didn't send it to one of you. House Vanguard. Still a little upset that Kima's not in this.
It would have been funny if he was. So I was thinking about making a start on that at some point.
Yeah. Looking around for clothes.
Still have no idea how I can make an outfit that reflects my true self, but
Just, I don't know. Grab what you like.
I guess so. Aside from that, I've noticed that there's not really much to do here that isn't, educational purposes. Or isn't for educational purposes.
Light looks over to Sachi and Quinn. Do you two want to come along?
Sure.
Sachi is still just like looking up at the sky with her hair like a total windswept mess. I'll tag along for a bit.
Okay, so we take some time working on the assignment.
Alright. Then, at around 4 PM, you get your next letter.
Oh.
Have we ever
class
gotten
today?
two in one day before?
Yes, you have.
This one red?
This one is standard white.
Okay. What's this one for?
I've got the class name, I'm just checking the teacher's name.
Oh, good.
Magical crafting.
Oh wow.
The class starts at 6 p.m. We've still
Whereabouts
got
in the
2
city
more
is it?
hours. That is the basement of the Crafters Hall.
James? You still gain a long rest if you didn't sleep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So at least I don't have a level of exhaustion anymore.
Keep in mind that if you don't sleep, you gain a level of exhaustion.
Ah. And I still have it.
Alright.
So yeah, I guess we just do some more work on completing our outfits, and then we'd head to class, I guess.
Alright.
Mhm. Maybe grab something to eat.
Yeah, something to eat as well.
Sarge, you with us the whole time, or are you like going away at some point?
After getting the letter, she realizes that there's not really that much time to do the thing she was kind of thinking of, so she just sticks with you guys.
Yay, friendship.
Alright. As you head to the class, you can see molten gold glowing as it flows throughout the hall.
Why was my first instinct to say I dip my hand in it? I
I
don't.
believe that's called Darwinism.
Ouch.
As you arrive at the class, you can see this individual working on something.
Let me guess, a dwarf?
Yep. Alright, now that you're all here, how much crafting experience do you have?
None.
Okay. How
Done
much
some work
crafting
with
and
it.
experience do you plan to have by the end of this week?
Some.
If you're taking my class, I expect you to double down on this. You're going to take extracurriculars. All of them will be crafting based. You will be the best. You will make the best. Everyone understand?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Now let's get to work. We're going to be working with gold. Now, some of you might be asking why gold, and I'm going to respond with, why not gold? Gold is the best. Does anyone here argue with me? One.
What's with platinum?
Platinum?
Yeah.
Glad you asked. Platinum is not as good as gold. That's what's
Why?
with it. Good question. Need something to work magically? Platinum is just inferior. You need it to do a magical circuit reliably? Platinum is your go-to. If you need your magical circuit to be reliable, malleable, and do everything, you go with gold. Gold is the tool of the dwarves. You can make it into anything, you can use it for anything, you can have it fix anything.
Also, hello.
Hello.
You missed magical creatures, but you're now in magical crafting.
Any reason? Oh, sorry. Did Quinn miss magical readers or
They're
just needs a
there.
player? Oh, cool.
You got thrown off the back of a hippogriff.
My. Oh no.
My mother will hear about this.
My mother will hear about this. But
You
now
lost
she's my
from the
fucking
observatory.
My father will hear about this or starts casting animate dead.
Ooh.
Alright.
Oh my.
So, any further questions? Hey, look at you, Quinn. Look at those puny arms of yours.
They pause and look down.
How are you gonna craft anything with those puny arms?
Hired help?
They slowly walk over to you.
Oh no.
Repeat that.
Quinn asked that as a question more than like an answer.
You're going to hire help to craft something for you.
No, I'm gonna hire people to do this stuff I'm not strong enough to. I guess. I don't know. I kind of am trying to get stronger. I just, it's a process.
Quinn, you're dismissed.
Okay.
Everybody else, pick up a set of tools. Quinn, do you leave the class?
They pause for a moment like they're thinking. Am I supposed to leave the class now?
That is what being dismissed means.
Yeah, but I usually like to ask. Okay, bye-bye.
Kima, do you pick up a set of tools?
I do.
Okay. For the rest of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have any tool proficiencies?
You'll be working in Smith's tools. Today you're going to be trying to make a ring. He's then going to get you all to attempt to craft a ring for the next 8 hours.
Okay. What do we roll for that?
A ring is a wisdom and dexterity check.
Why?
If you're proficient in Smith's tools, you can add your proficiency modifier.
What checks?
Shouldn't it be
Wisdom, then dexterity?
Yep.
Shouldn't it be like intelligence? Wow, nice.
Nice. I'm gonna re-roll that dex. Dang, your ring is great. It's a bit better on dex.
Alright. Light. Very well
Hey.
done. Yours is, well, better than I expected for your first day. Rest of you, you've got a
Nice.
lot of work to do. Kima, I'd be hard pressed to call that a ring.
It's a
Kiva
square.
looks-
And
Kiva looks
Sachi, at
embarrassed.
least yours is ring shaped. I would not wear that, I might cut my finger open, but it is indeed a ring.
Light looked like the teacher a little bit hopeful.
You might make a craftsman out of you yet. You've got a lot of potential.
Meta, and now I know who the hired help is.
Hmm.
Do you know why I dismissed that other student?
No.
They didn't have the correct attitude about crafting?
They don't have the correct attitude about life. If you rely on everyone else, then you contribute nothing.
But isn't it also good to know your strengths and weaknesses?
Then you should fix those strengths and weaknesses yourself. Keep your strengths, refine them, then fix your weaknesses.
Are you good at everything?
I try to be. It's
But are
difficult,
you?
yes. I can't name a subject that I'm not proficient in.
Is he a rogue? It's a she, right? Is she a rogue?
He's not a rogue. He's a
Wow,
bard
that's a lot
artificer.
of... Ah, bard. Okay. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Quinn just looked into Quilas for that question.
I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of feet slots. Oh, never mind. Okay.
It takes a lot of work, but the importance behind it is, in a society, those who can do greatness fall behind in those areas where they cannot do a great deal. For example, a scholar is usually inept at anything physical. That is a flaw in the society. You cannot build up a society by building up the differences between everyone. You have to grow all together. Every generation should be slightly better than the previous at everything. That is how you make the world better. That is the Dwarven way. No man left behind.
So, everyone needs to be perfect?
No one can be perfect. You just have to give it everything you've got. And never settle for letting someone else do your work for you.
If they are better at it.
Get them to teach you. You've all done quite well. Well, they look at Kima. You could use a little work. A lot of work. A lot of work. But you, Light, you've got a lot of potential. Sachi, you might make something decent one day. Kima, maybe if you buckle down on this, get those hands crafting, you might be as good as Light one day.
Ouch.
That is a really rude way to put that.
Kiva just isn't saying anything because he does not want to lose any points.
Alright. Class dismissed. Do you all head straight to bed? It is currently nearly, what would that be? 6, 4, 5, 3 a.m.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Actually, no.
Quinn, you've had
Quinn
8
would
hours
like
to do
to
whatever you like.
Yeah, I know, but Quinn would like to seek the professor out after class.
Alright. Fairbane in the classroom crafting, so you go up to them?
Yep.
Yes, Quinn?
Could I ask you a question?
You may.
Is it not expected to allow others to do for you what you were neither willing or good at?
You should always be willing. You might not be the best, and you might need their assistance, but you should always be willing to do it yourself, because one day they might not be there to do it for you, and you'll need it to get done.
Meta, what does Alice do about that, James?
Not a me problem.
Elaborate?
Where possible, she'll make it someone else's problem by paying them, hiring them, blackmailing them, or forcing them.
So, I'm sorry if I am being difficult to this. I'm just trying to understand something. You say it is usually better to try and do everything and anything yourself with at least some level of proficiency because the alternative is potentially being let down by someone.
No. They might be very well willing to do it for you whenever. But, what are you contributing?
Elaborate?
What value are you adding to something? Let's say you need a ring. What value are you adding to that ring?
Value am I adding to that ring?
Yes. You can see that there's 3 rings in front of them. One of them looks fairly well done. There's another one that is a nightmare that she's currently reforging to make it look nice. And then there is the last one, which is fairly okay. It's got a few dozen sharp edges. At least it's not the one that looks like glass that's super glued together.
Alright, I tried, alright? You just picked my 2 worst stats for this.
Out of curiosity, what is value in this context? I'm struggling to understand that.
Sigh. It's your type that always struggles to understand it. When you make something with your own 2 hands, you're making something of it. You're adding value. Someone is going to benefit from it because of you, and it's going to last a hell of a long time. These rings might not all be the best quality, but they gave it their all for a solid 8 hours. There is respect in that. There is potential in that.
So something has value because of the effort you put into it.
Yes.
That is not quite what I was taught, but I think I see what you mean. They further eyebrows are looking at the rings now, in particular Kima's.
If you want back into my class, take 6 remedial classes before next. And then, after you've taken those, show up next week.
Assuming they won't conflict with my other classes, I would love to, yes.
It's your job to figure out when you're going to take those. By that, she means the extracurriculars. You've just got to take 6 crafting extracurriculars.
Oh, okay. Sure. Wait, any crafting or just smithing?
Smithing's the best one. You have to settle, then settle.
I'm taking alchemy.
Alchemy is not crafting.
It isn't? Mother has that it is. That is
Oh,
what I
your
was taught
mother
anyway.
is either a fool or a witch. It is baking, it is cooking, it is not crafting. There is value in it, yes, but it is not crafting.
Can you tell me why?
When you craft a
It doesn't
ring,
last?
it is there, it is permanent, it is there until you destroy it. Its purpose is to be worn, its purpose is to last. When you craft a potion, its purpose is to be consumed, to come to an end, to be used, and then it's over. There's no value in that. There is gain, yes, but there's temporary and transferred gain. It's as temporary as me giving you gold.
I see. That is a difficult concept for me to understand, but I think I get what you're getting at. Very well. One last question.
Yes?
So, something done alone has more value than something done together, for example, because it's yours.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
If I do something by myself, it has more value than something I've done with others.
Yes.
I see.
Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They will leave.
Okay. So, do you all go to sleep for the night?
Yes.
Yes. As Kima's
Yep.
walking back, he's just muttering, "Stupid fucking ring." Oh, you need to hit the metal more to shape it. You're hitting it too hard. It's just complaining as he's walking home.
Then it is time for astrology. Predictions of the future.
Nice.
When is
Alright.
that?
That class will be at midnight. So you have an entire day to spend.
Nice.
Light comes out of a tower at like in the morning, still not looking good. Just going around the city.
Alright. You'd see the occasional kobold keeping an eye on you.
Every time I see one, I would look away very quick.
Alright.
And just looking around for the others.
Right. Archie, what are you doing this day?
I will let you know on my channel.
Right? Ethan. Or Kima.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna get up, go get some breakfast, and then probably head to Alice for some more training.
Alright. Quinn.
Quinn is going to be looking for a few people. They are very thoughtful of it. They look like they're looking basically straight down with furrowed eyebrows.
Alright. So. Light. You cannot
Yep.
find any of the others.
Okay. And I'm going to grab something to eat and just sit on some roof.
Alright. The kobold sneaks up behind you. Hey again!
Ah! What? What?
Hey, how's it going?
Go away.
Okay. They walk away.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I mean, you did ask him to, so fair enough.
Alright.
I mean, if you put it like that.
Mm.
They come back shortly with snow cones. Okay, I'm back now.
What? I said go away.
I did. Back with snow cones. They hand you one.
Take it, look at it.
It is red.
Fine, you win this time.
I eat it.
Okay. Tastes like raspberry. So how's it going?
What do you care?
I'm looking forward to your story. It's gonna be great. Can't wait
Wow.
to watch it.
My story?
Yeah, it's like a sequel.
What?
Well, your dad's was like the main character of a story who tragically dies in the final episode, only to be revealed that they're starting a spin-off story. Ever read one of those books where they just release a new story and it's like the children and the descendants, and then it just keeps going?
No.
I've got some
You're
of
like
those
the next
books here.
generation.
What are you talking about? This is this all just entertainment for you?
Isn't everything entertainment?
No. It's my life.
Yes.
You're just standing there and talking about it, like talking about my dad, like it's just something that can be thought up, written down. It doesn't even matter.
Of course it matters. There's nothing that matters more. He was the thing I looked forward to most each day. Now it's over. So I have two options. Either get really sad and give up on everything, or I can be hopeful. So I've chosen to be hopeful, because he would never give up, no matter how sad he got.
But I never meet him.
Oh?
He never came around.
So?
Oh,
What does it matter?
everything.
No, listen to me. What does it matter? So what? You never met him. That doesn't change anything about your life. You're the same person now that you were yesterday. And you're gonna keep on being you. Because you were made this way. And you're never gonna meet him. Maybe that sucks. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's something to be sad about. Maybe it's not. We'll never know, and we can either accept that, or we can feel bad about that forever. And it's not going to change. It's not. There's nothing you can do about it to change that. So, I think you should accept it and move forward. Be the best you, since you can never get to know him.
She
Right,
just
you're great.
quietly
You're
eats
your own
ice
person.
cone.
And I think the sequel can be better than the original.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do anything more until
Alright.
class. Just thinking about the life advice of a kobold.
How far have we fallen?
Yeah.
I really hope that faction of kobolds is split between people that really like the sequels and people that are original Shadow purists that aren't happy with what Light's doing. And I hope they have a civil war.
Why don't they have a prequel to get revealed?
Oh God, no.
Okay. So, then it's time for class then?
I mean, what about, is anything happening with the rest of our stuff, or?
That's a question I've got. Is anyone else doing anything in particular?
I mean, I'm doing the thing with Alice.
Yep, so that's another day of class training.
Okay.
You can't really get into anything practical with you until you've reached level 2 in Wizard. Until then, it's a lot of study.
Is it at least halved since I'm getting trained?
Yes.
Okay. How long does it take to retrain class levels?
5 times as long, I think.
Oh God.
Great decision.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. Alright, so it's gonna take me 55 weeks to retrain one level, I guess, and then
Why don't you just take another level? Spend half of your downtime retraining a level, and then your other half training a level.
it's just gonna take longer if I do it that way.
Yes, but you get some levels quicker.
Do you have enough essence?
I do, but then it's just getting split into a third class, and then I'm not gaining. It's gonna cost me more essence as well, because I need to spend
Costs
essence
more,
on
but
the
it
new.
takes less money, less time in the long run to get your classes.
Not really, because I need to split my time between training these new levels and retraining the old ones, and then I need to spend more essence.
Should take 5 times less in terms of time.
Yeah, to get the first, but it's also taking me longer because as I add class levels, retraining it's going to take longer too, because retraining is based on the amount of time you need to retrain is based on your total character level. So if I take another level in Wizard, then it's just going to take even longer to retrain the Barbarian levels because of how you made it work.
You can do that passively over time. You can take a lot more time and get it done all in one go, and that's fine. But that's not how I would personally recommend going about doing it.
I know, but just
Nothing
I
wrong
don't
with doing it that way.
I just
It's
don't see
slightly
the
more
benefit
costly.
because it's more costly. It takes longer. It's going to make retraining levels longer too. So I just like if I'm just not understanding it correctly, that might be it.
The only perk is you get access to the class levels quicker.
Yeah, and it just takes longer to retrain all the other stuff. Because retraining is based on your entire character level, not just the levels you want to
Yes.
retrain, right?
Yeah, it does. It will take longer overall. It just gets your class levels quicker. That's the only difference. It just means that you can start wizarding sooner. It's more costly to do it that way, though.
Yeah.
Alright, Sachi's doing things out there, so more downtime, and Quinn's doing their downtime, so if Quinn wants to go for their stuff, we can...
Sure.
Okay. So you're taking the full class there?
Yep. Like I told you, the balancing and the...
Okay. How many 4-hour classes are you taking there?
2.
Okay.
I believe that shouldn't give me any exhaustion.
Alright. Anything else you're doing?
Very morosely walking the streets with a face like I've just eaten something sour and then taken the smithing classes. Or I guess. Wait, what sort of classes? Like crafting classes are there?
There's all of them.
Would I notice Quinn when they are walking through the streets?
Make me a perception check. Yes.
Everyone up to them. Hey!
Yes. They
What
will
are you up to?
politely wait until you get to them so they can say yes.
What are you up to?
I am taking classes.
What kind of classes?
Well, apparently I need to take smithing classes, but before that I was taking classes somewhere else.
Ooh. Secret classes?
Hmm?
Secret classes?
Not quite. I'm just not sure how to talk about it, so I'd rather not yet.
Okay.
No offense.
I'm taken. Can I join you?
Yes.
Cool.
They say this like reluctantly with a raised eyebrow, not because they don't want you to join, but just because you're acting weird.
Cool. Okay.
All right, spill it. Who are you?
What?
The real life would never real willingly take classes.
I just. No,
No, you should have seen your face. Yep, sure, let's go.
You got me there.
I'm sorry, was that rude?
No, that was funny.
All right. You hear the faint sound of scribbling as I write down mocking people as funny.
To be fair, Light finds mocking people really funny.
Anyone here ever play the Telltale game? Like Walking Dead Telltale games? Or the Batman ones?
Will we remember that?
Yep.
So, we're doing smithing classes.
I'm doing crafting classes. I'd rather
yeah,
not do
crafting.
smithing.
I thought
They
it
asked
was
me to do smithing, and I guess I could, but a pause as they look down at their aforementioned noodly arms.
So what do you want to craft?
You hear her mumble something?
What? I
Nothing.
didn't catch that. What?
I have to take the weird classes, because apparently hiring people is bad.
But yeah.
Mother has told me to always hire people to do stuff for you when you don't want to do it yourself, so that was a bit confusing.
I'm not too sure how it is about hiring, but I know that even very powerful people cannot do everything by themselves, so
Yes, that is what I thought as
Knowing-
well, but apparently not.
I think knowing where your limits are and working together with others to get rid of them is a good thing.
Vague flipping of pages. The professor says that doing anything you do with others is worth less than what you do by yourself.
No.
Huh.
It's worth
Alright.
even more.
And people are confusing.
They certainly are.
So, how are you handling classes? Are you feeling okay?
Just I'm no. I'll tell you when you are ready to talk about those other things.
I don't have a problem talking about those other things. I'm just not sure how to. It's just, you know.
Just I just want a distraction for some time.
Ah, I see. Again, vague sound of something being scribbled in a notebook. Well, let us head to class and we can talk after.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll be bad students and talk doing.
I have not seen Kima or Sashi today.
How do you come from me saying bad students to those two?
Well, they are the only two students that matter. Aside from myself and you, that is.
Yeah, everyone else feels like a side character.
Feels?
What?
What?
Oh no, someone told me a lot about books and stories today, so
Oh, cool. I do like stories. Mother wasn't a fan, but father was. I believe they wanted to share with uncle a lot of the stories from their world. Some of which were
yeah.
misremembered. Poorly.
I can I ask you something?
Yes. Though that is it in and of itself asking something.
Okay. Can I maybe meet your father at some point?
James, is Quinn aware of the fate of that Volpi?
Sorry, what was that?
Is Quinn aware of the fate of that particular Volpi? Yes? You risk it
No.
out of it? No. Then I suppose so, yes. It might take a little while, though. Father can be a bit erratic.
Oh, okay. Just no, I'd
Though
like to.
I do suppose there is one way we could meet them. I'm just not sure I would recommend it quite yet. Perhaps I will take you there. Eventually, that is.
Oh. Then let's go and get crafty.
They look at you with a look of abject horror as you say that.
What?
Disgusting.
Why?
I do not know, but it displeased me greatly. Come now, let's go.
Yep.
I will take the smithing class tool, I guess. Actually, I will take.
Is it smithing now or crafting?
It says I have to take any crafting class I can choose. They said smithing was preferable, but I'm wondering what the fuck Tinker's tool does. So I'm thinking we should take 4 hours of that just to learn. What do you say?
I'm just following you.
Okay, I'm gonna take 4 hours of smithing and 4 hours of Tinkers.
Okay.
And now you can please tell me what the fuck Tinker's tools actually does.
So, Tinker's tools are used to construct mechanical devices such as clockworks, traps, or gadgets. They are also used in repairing things.
Ooh, mechanical. I do like that actually.
Sounds quite nice.
Yeah. Yes, I think I'm gonna keep taking tinker's tools and smithing tools as my crafting classes.
Examples of professions that would use tinker's tools are clock crafters. It just goes on to the next page. Trap makers, gadgeteers, and mechanics.
I'll
I
tag
see.
along, but you see, Light be way more interested in Tinker's tools than in smithing tools.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm thinking smithing tools is good for making the gears you're gonna use in tinker's tools, but
I don't think I will do too much with smithing.
oh, I apparently have something to learn about the value of things. And I have been making an effort to be open-minded, so I will do that.
I don't know. I don't think it's something for me.
Well,
Teacher might be unpleased by that.
it's okay. I believe we are all supposed to choose what we do with our own lives. So,
Hey, at least we're getting magical creatures now.
yeah. Plus, I believe the next class is astrology, right, James? Or astronomy? I don't remember.
Astrology. Astrology is predicting the future. Yep.
Very well. It's in how many hours after the last class?
2.
Hey, if we
Alright.
No, it's in 1 hour after you finish your very last class.
Okay. So let's
I
be
fall
hanging.
asleep doing that, please wake me up.
Okay. But are we talking like wake me up, shake me, or wake me up, Eldritch Blast?
Wake me up, nudging me in the side.
I see.
Please don't fire Eldritch Blast at me.
I thought to ask.
Yeah,
Just to make sure.
it's mostly better if you don't fire Eldritch Blast at people.
Now I know that is factually incorrect. Fear is a great motivator.
But also a great tool to be hated by everyone.
Well, I did not think that was ever a choice for me.
Why?
Have you met me?
I don't know.
Yes, that is what I
We can
thought.
spin our own stories. See just a moment of realization on Light's face. Oh shit.
Oh god, you're having a flashback.
Maybe just if you want to be liked by people, be liked.
Can you please roll perception against my sleight of hand? You're gonna succeed, but... Oh my god, you failed. Well, you do not know this, but you are currently under a silent image that makes you look like a cat version of Naruto.
The fuck?
They will say absolutely nothing in the matter.
So yeah. Well,
Come now, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
So, what were you saying about stories?
Oh, just something a weird creature told me.
A weird creature, you say?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I'll introduce you someday, just not right now.
Very well.
Let's
we
get to
get to the-
astrology.
Yep. Do we get to the class, James?
Yep.
Right. Let's go ahead to enter the classroom and wait inside.
Okay. So you walk inside, and can I get Kima and Quinn to make me history, and Sachi, you can make me a history check as well.
Why can't I?
Why do I have a -5 in history, James?
Did you remove all of your levels of exhaustion?
Oh, no, I did not. Let me take a rest and do it again. Sorry.
Bless
Yep.
Thank you.
Damn it, I was kind of hoping you would catch fire.
So was I. Alas. Nope. I still have a -5. Do not understand why. I'm just gonna roll a d20 -1.
It's because you did not remove your level of exhaustion.
Oh. I thought that would go away with
It sadly doesn't.
Okay, that
9.
was a failure. Kima, you succeed. Sachi, you succeed. Kima. The stone that she's got hanging around her neck looks an awful like the stone that your father had. Sachi, that stone she has, that looks a lot like the ones that Vecna has.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize I was still muted.
Okay. Alright everyone, can I get you to take a seat?
And we'll take a seat.
Yeah, so does
Okay.
Kima.
Now, who here thinks that you can use the stars to predict the future? Does anyone raise their hands?
Would I have been taught that that's a thing? Or.
No.
Yeah, so no, Kima doesn't raise his hand.
Does Alice think so, James?
She does not think the future can be predicted.
Yep.
Would my mother have taught me about this, or?
It's difficult to predict luck. Maybe it could be an omen.
So no. I'm not raising my hand.
Good. I'm glad that none of you think that that is the case, because it's not. You can stare at the stars all day and you won't learn anything about tomorrow.
So why are we here?
This class is supposed to be on predicting the future.
I'm confused.
What are you confused on?
This class.
This class is called Astrology and Divination.
Cool.
Okay.
I didn't name the class, I just got assigned to it.
So
My specialty is not divination magic, but I am very good at making the future that I see. Tell me,
Correct.
how many of you want to make your own future?
James, do I recognize this woman?
You do not.
I see. I will raise my hand.
same.
Alright.
Same.
Kima, what is the future that you wish to make?
I am unsure of what I want my future to be at the moment, but I know that I want it to be one that I decide on. and that I make happen for myself.
Sachi?
I think even without meaning to, we shape our own futures, but the one that I want is one that allows me to protect my family while also having some fun and learning some secrets.
Okay, and what steps are you taking to assure that future?
Working on honing my power, learning as much as I can.
Okay. What about you, Light? What steps are you taking?
I'm still figuring that out.
You, Quinn?
What steps am I taking?
What future do you want?
Freedom.
And what steps are you taking towards that?
I want to learn what freedom is first. Trying to figure myself out.
See. Alright. So, how many of you have killed someone?
Have I killed someone, James?
Nope.
Light slowly raises her hand.
Light, who have you killed?
Some asshole.
Oh, some asshole. Did that asshole have a mother, a father, brother, a sister, a wife, a husband, children? Anyone in their life who cared about them?
Maybe.
Maybe. So you don't know.
Never.
You often make a habit of killing people that you don't know.
What?
Do you often make a habit of killing people that you do not know?
No.
Well, have any of the rest of you killed anyone?
Not quite.
No?
So only one of you have experienced what it's like to end someone's future.
That is not true.
Oh, speak up, Quinn.
I have never killed anyone, but in my education, I was shown what it's like to kill others by being fed memories.
I see. So you have experienced what it's like as well. To take someone's potential and just end it. Take the future that someone else has worked so hard to make and just get rid of it.
Unfortunately so.
And how does that make you feel? Both of you.
What if they are trying to get rid of your future?
If they are.
Hmm?
What if they are trying to get rid of your future? I feel that's relevant to this question.
It just.
The...
What were you saying, Light?
I don't know.
You two are the only two who have experienced what it's like to crush someone's future. There are two types of people in this world. Those who are willing to crush another to achieve their future, and those who are not. You two are well on your way to making your futures a reality. The rest of you have not experienced it yet. But if you continue on, you will. If you remain in my class, I will show you exactly how to make the future that you've always wanted. And yes, I'll even try to teach you a bit of divination. I do not care for astrology, though.
What if the future we always wanted is not possible anymore?
And make it possible. Bend reality to your will. Nothing is impossible. You've simply got to cross enough lines. For example, name something that is nearly impossible to do, any of you.
Restore a soul.
Oh, someone went out and got their soul destroyed. Alright. So, to restore a soul.
There's pieces, right?
Sorry, what did you say?
They were muttering that. That's why I said it slowly. But after being called up, they... Well, there's the pieces, right? Usually.
Exactly. Find demons. I would usually recommend demons over devils for this task. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot. But if anyone can thread a soul back together, it'll be demons.
Alright.
So it is possible?
Put a soul back together? Sure. It's like gluing a cup back together.
Turn back time?
Can gods do it?
There's no such thing as gods. Gods are simply a term for incredibly powerful beings. Someone who claims to be God is just an arrogant, powerful being. Or fool.
No, they are not.
Yeah, they are.
Did you say turn back time?
Yes.
Well, sure, that's possible.
How?
You just need to alter everything in reality to match what it once was.
I guess.
On a local scale, that's rather easy to do. She conjures up a barrel of water. She then scoops out a cup of water. Time has moved forward, and to restore it, she just pours the water back. Events are exactly as it was, the barrel is full again, and it's as if the cup never scooped anything from it. Time there has been restored, but time here has changed.
Suppose so. But what if you want to turn time back really far?
Then it's going to take a lot more effort. Undoing just that was as simple as just pouring the water back. But the more you want to change, the more it's going to cost.
Cross enough lines, huh?
Cross enough lines.
I see.
That
Understood.
seems to be the way.
Do any of you know why the most powerful beings throughout most of the planes tend to be evil creatures?
Because they're willing to kill more people, and that's the best way to get essence. And they're also less willing to take shit, which is something that can result in their deaths.
They're more willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals, so they're not held
Yep.
back by morals and ethics.
Indeed. And a good
Nice.
person will always try to work things out before resorting to forceful means. They're always at a disadvantage.
So we should
Imagine
be bad
trying
people?
to fight a sword fight with one hand tied behind your back.
So how does a good person become powerful?
Time, I guess.
They are careful with which lines they cross. I would go as far to say that there are no good, powerful beings.
So to
In
become
fact-
powerful, one must be evil?
Not necessarily evil, but not good.
Ruthless.
Every day you make a decision is a day that you impact someone else's life in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yes.
Alright. Every time that you prioritize yourself over someone else's, you are making an evil decision, in my opinion.
So
In the grand
is
schemes of
selfish.
things, it doesn't really matter, but you're prioritizing yourself over someone else. A good person is constantly, well, valuing someone else above them,
It sounds
and
dumb.
that usually tends to get them killed.
How does... They look like genuinely confused as they ask, how does that like work?
Go ahead and ask. Be
Well-
clear with your question.
How do these people live? It doesn't sound like a good instinct. It just sounds like you're gonna get killed. Really soon.
But if you push everyone away, you get lonely.
Well, yeah, but self-preservation
Don't push
instinct is
everyone
the
away.
best thing ever, right?
But
It's the
there
thing
are
that keeps you
some
alive.
things that people value more. Some people
Then
value
there's
some people value their family members more, their children, the people that they love. Some people are willing
yeah,
to put their needs above their own.
doesn't sound right.
Wouldn't you protect your family if it comes to it?
If you met my family, I'm fairly sure if one of my family dies, the other one would just say, hi, you got it coming.
It's horribly depressing.
Oh yeah, but I mean, the thing that keeps people alive is the self-preservation thing, right? The desire to protect themselves. That's what makes us like capable of survival.
I'm not saying
Question I have for all of
self-preservation is
you, what are you
bad.
willing to destroy in order to achieve your goals?
My enemies? No, that's not right.
Line will you stop at?
I
Me?
honestly haven't thought about it. I don't really know what I want to do with my life, so I've never really considered what kind of lines I'd be willing to cross in order to achieve that objective.
Archie.
Not
Archie?
sure. I haven't been faced with many lines yet.
Light?
I will know when I encounter that line.
Quinn?
Enough lines to get me what I want without getting many people out to kill me.
Ah, so self-preservation.
Yes.
Would you say that there's no line you would not cross if you thought you could get away with it?
No. Not yet, but I don't think there should be. I'm just weak.
Okay, let's assume that you could get away with it. You could get away with everything you wanted to do.
That's not what I mean. I'm just weak-willed. But I'm working on it.
So, sounds like all of you are currently going to go through life with your hands tied behind your back.
I am not.
Why?
Sounds like you're not willing to step on the next person regardless of the situation.
Stepping on too many people got my father killed for a while.
So,
They pause, and let me remember the quote. Because I'm gonna read a quote now.
Oh
Have
shit.
this written down. For it must be noted that men must be either caressed or annihilated. They will revenge themselves for small injuries, but cannot do so for great ones. The injury, therefore, that we do to a man must be such that we do not need to fear his revenge.
so you must break them.
If you want to, we should always either avoid crossing someone altogether or completely annihilate them. There should be no middle grounds, I think.
See, so absolutes.
Is that not correct?
I'm not saying it's incorrect.
Well, we should try to avoid sliding people because they can try to take us down, and if there's enough people, you're gonna go down. But if you cannot avoid to slide someone, if you must step on someone, then you shouldn't just step on them because if they will probably try to get back to you, you should get rid of them altogether in some way.
What if you could all experience what the next 5 months of your lives would be like if you were willing to step on anyone who got in your way in order for you to achieve your goals?
That would be perfect.
Like you could flip a switch in your head and suddenly you were willing to cross that line.
Could we do that?
Yes.
How?
Sachi looks
Magic.
over at Quinn.
Quinn looks like in somewhere between like interest and absolutely horrified.
It's a simple enchantment spell for me to perform.
What?
Do you have that enchantment spell on you at the moment?
Yes.
What would that do?
Your desire to put others before you, that would be temporarily suppressed. Your number one priority would be you, with no regard for what happens to anyone else. You would be acting at 100% of your potential.
Quinn will take a look at Sachi and Kima.
Despite her typical kind of me first attitude, Sachi looks rather disgusted by this concept.
Hima does as well.
Right?
I whatever you want to achieve in life, you need to make sacrifices.
Wow, we've
Just
all
have
got
to-
Rails art as our profile pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, have you just noticed this?
Yeah, sorry.
You
5 months, 4 months, ladies and gentlemen.
just, you just have to think what's more important to you, being powerful or being loved.
Well, I'm already not loved anyway, so that's not really a problem.
It's not true.
Like stands up and goes over to Quinn and gives them a hug.
Quinn is looking vaguely revulsed and vaguely interested. It's like they're having like a stroke.
Congratulations, you all have ethics. There's going to be like a chain that holds you down in life, but it is what it is.
Can we ask for disenchantment at a later point? If we want it?
Sure.
Alright. It's not a now thing, so I have time to think. Nice.
You,
I
you
do
might
like
see
thinking.
ethics as a chain, but it's one that can keep you grounded as well in a good way. At least in my
It can
opinion.
keep you grounded, yes, but it also allows people to pull on that chain. To climb that chain until they are pulling you down. They will
Does it-
use you as a stepping stone in their climb to greatness.
But if you get rid of that chain, you can float so high that you will never see anyone else again.
Or sink so low that it all comes to an end.
What it boils down to, huh?
It all comes down to what you can potentially achieve.
Or what you want to achieve.
I still think it should be up to each individual how far they're willing to go to achieve their goals. I mean, it shouldn't just be boiled down to a on and off switch that you can flip in order to not feel bad about making certain decisions.
I'd like to not feel bad about making certain decisions.
There is an elite class at the moment who took me up on this offer. They have been going through this process for 2 weeks now.
And how do they find it?
We won't know until it's over.
I see. Sachi, and Kima, Quinn asked to talk to you after class. In your heads.
Okay.
Through telepathy.
Please don't use telepathy in my classroom.
I thought it better to use telepathy than to scream. Or get up and talk to them.
Very well. May I know
this
what it
point-
was?
I am asking to talk to them alone after class.
I see.
Quinn is like very much under the impression at any point in time that they're around powerful wizard that everyone has mind reading, so they don't look too surprised.
Well, they couldn't read your mind, but they could detect the psionics.
Ah,
Alright. So, how do you all feel about murder?
Oh, that took a turn.
I mean, to be fair, we were talking about turning off your ability to feel morally bad about stuff a few seconds ago, so
Eh,
Never
right.
attempt to win by force that which can be won by deception.
The sounds of it, you do not need that switch turned off.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Quinn, you sound like the type who is ready to step on whoever it takes for you to survive.
That is not true. I wish it was.
You wish?
For example, the combat professor. I'm weak, right? Well, the solution to being weak is to get more essence. And how do we get essence?
It's one solution. It's not the only
The
one.
best one. It's the most effective one. But I don't have the guts to go through with it. And I'm not sure why.
Tell you what. I will give you each 100 points if you flip the switch for 5 months.
no.
If only 3 of you flip the switch, 75 points each. If only 2 of you, 50 points each. If only 1 of you, 25 points.
And what do you gain from this?
It's an experiment. What will you all think of yourselves after the fact? Will you truly understand something about yourselves? Will you gain some insight on who you really are?
Oh no, you're plucking at their strings, fuck.
Sachi raises her hand.
Yes, Sachi?
Don't our morals and restraints make us who we are, in a large sense?
Morals and restraints are usually social constructs that you develop based on who you interact with. It
And who you
is
interact with can shape who you are.
Yes, but how would I put this? It is a filter that you put on for those you interact with. When you are by yourself in a void-like situation, you're able to act independently of any filters. You are able to be your true self because there is no laws, no stipulations, no guidelines for how you should act in that time. You are the truest you. But the second that there is some individual involved, how you act is curated to suit that individual. Let's take you all, for example. You are all being better behaved than you normally would because you are in a classroom with a teacher that you're supposed to respect.
Yeah,
Do you
sure,
not
that's
agree that that's the
absolutely why.
case?
Well, you're also a powerful spellcaster who can kill us in a thought.
He looks around, sizing you all up for a moment. So, if you're able to find yourself, your truest self, from that vacuum, without all of those social filters in place, you in a void, able to act freely on society, how you think is best for your best interests, you would discover your truest self. Do you not believe that that is the case?
I think that yeah, well, you're right. In depending on who you interact with, that can change how you behave. You can be aware of that behavior and understand it. So even though you're doing it, that doesn't make you less of your true self if you understand that change in behavior of yourself. Also, the experiment runs the risk of causing some kinds of danger as well.
Oh?
Well, let's say that you're waiting in line for something, and it's inconveniencing you, the line being there. So the best alternative for you would just be to cut through it.
She chuckles for a moment. I would certainly put guidelines in place to prevent you from killing students. Nothing that you were willingly or consciously aware of, but certainly wards to prevent you from choosing to harm a student.
But then
You would
is
have
that
the
not
idea,
archery
and
stealth
then it
by
would
your
stop
own?
you.
Yeah, but then wouldn't that fail your experiment then? If you're putting guidelines that restrict our actions, if the point of the experiment is to allow us to act uninhibited by our beliefs, morals, and stuff like that, by you putting in guards and wards, wouldn't that in turn devalue the point of the experiment?
You still come to understand your truest self. You are aware that you wanted to cut through those people. You thought of that idea. That is something that you came up with. Just because you were prevented from taking that action does not mean that that is something that you thought was a good idea. That's something that you often fear, Kima. In a moment of rage, you might cut through those people closest to you.
Not really.
Then what do you have to fear?
I just prefer to not have an enchantment on me that would take away parts of who I am, in my opinion. I think someone's ethical beliefs and stuff like that is an important part of who they are. I think that's what makes us who we are, what we're willing to
I
do.
agree that it's an important part. If you are only what you are with that filter, then you are truly nothing at all without other people.
You aren't.
What? No. You can't define yourself by others.
Everyone is defined by others. By their parents, by who they met their whole life.
Yes, but if you define yourself by others, then you're gonna live unhappily for the rest of your life.
Can you repeat that?
If you define yourself by others, you're gonna be really unhappy for the rest of your life.
You don't need to define yourself through them, but saying that that you can cut everything out that others imprinted on you is also false.
Yeah, that's the point I'm
Unfortunately,
making.
so yes.
No one is just themselves. Everyone is a combination of everything that happened to them and everyone in their life.
So don't you want to understand what you are under all of that social manipulation? Under all of... And I use manipulation lightly there, because while it is not negative manipulation, it is manipulation. Figuring
You
out
tried it
what is
yourself?
you and what others expect of you.
Have you done that with yourself?
I would try it myself, but I'm immune to enchantment.
Uh, why?
It is incredibly unfortunate, but it is what it is. Am I
Why
immune?
didn't you find a way to make you not immune to enchantment? If this is
Because
so
I have
great,
to ask myself a question. What if I don't turn it back on? What if I like who I am without it, more than I like myself with it? Can I make an informed decision to keep it off after I've turned it off without turning it back on? That is why I stipulate that it would be for 5 months and only 5 months. Because it is you after the fact who can make an informed decision.
I'm doing it.
You are?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to find out how to write my own story.
I see. That's a choice you're making, huh?
Well, the first student has chosen to go through with it. Light, you'll be receiving at least 25 points. If someone else decides to join in, you'll be receiving 50, and they will be receiving 50.
I would like to have some time to think before taking the decision.
Unfortunately, you only have until the end of this class.
I see. But you said the offer would be open afterwards.
That was before I put up the point reward.
What if I do not want the point reward?
And so be it, you can make the decision after the class, but there is much to gain from the point reward.
All due respect, lady? Sorry, not lady. What's the term for Professor James? I forgot. Miss.
Professor.
Yeah, Professor. But I feel like making a decision on when put on the spot is as irresponsible as not making it at all. Given the choice, I think I need to think about it for a while.
And Sachi, what do you think?
It sounds like making the decision to turn the switch off is kind of part of it, in a way. It takes an acceptance of not knowing the consequences. As for me,
Quinn looks at you very, very intently.
I don't think I've learned enough about how things work to put full faith in my decisions. It's more about what I don't know than what I do. So I will not be taking the enchantment.
So you don't wish to discover that aspect of yourself? Do you fear what you might find out?
I think it's kind of naive not to. Just because we do certain things doesn't mean we want to do them. As fun as it would be to not have the pressures of society, we live in a world with societies, with morals, with rules. We have to accept that and build ourselves around it. We live in a society.
I was trying to hold it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who caught that.
Yeah.
It's like everyone
I
caught
caught
that.
it, danced around it, and then
Then leaned into it. Nice.
Yeah.
I swear. I was trying.
So, you think the fact that we live in a society is something that should guide every decision you make? You think you should tie yourself down to the society itself? Let everyone else decide who you get to be, because you won't dive into and figure out who you are.
I think it's a
Who are
factor
you
that
without
can't be
the
ignored.
Well, what do you mean by ignored?
Decisions have consequences.
Yes.
Becoming yourself might not always be the best thing, because people aren't inherently good.
You're saying people are inherently bad.
I'm saying if self-preservation drives everything, then you're gonna make some bad decisions.
You're saying it's self-preservation, though. If self-preservation's all you think about, rather than self-gain, then that's an interesting discovery. Self-preservation plays a factor in it, but it is all aspects of the self that make you you.
Is self-gain not simply a path to self-preservation? The more powerful you are, the harder you are to kill, right?
There's certainly a justification for self-gain, but some people often gain in order to protect those they care about. Or they gain for the sake of improving themselves. For the sake of furthering who they are. Discovery of oneself often drives people to do creative and impressive things.
So you're saying with this enchantment, even if we have no morals or societal pressures, there's still a possibility of choosing good?
That is the question. Is there a possibility of choosing good? Or will you choose evil? Now, I have met two beings in my entire existence who have chosen good when stripped back from everything. I've performed this on dozens and dozens of people. And before that, my master performed this on dozens and dozens of people as well.
Who were those beings?
I will introduce you to them later this term.
I see.
Can you tell us their names?
I'll leave that as a surprise, just in case you know your history.
Very well.
Spoiler, one of them is Vecna.
He really was the best of us.
It's a tear in my undead eye.
Sachi, do you dare take this challenge? Do you believe that there is more good in you and in who you wish to be than there is selfishness?
As you've just said, that's true of very few people. As much as I would like to say that I'm a great person, I know I'm not. But I don't want to be a bad person.
But what if you are a good person? There is only one way to know for sure. With this, you'll know one way or another for sure. You'll know if you can trust that feeling deep down inside of you that tries to guide you in a certain direction. You'll know what direction that feeling is trying to lead you, what path it is trying to make you take. will have a form of enlightenment that others wish they could have.
She gets kind of like a pensive look on her face, trying to rack her brain, figure out what to do. She glances over at Kima. What's he looking like?
Kima is kind of thinking at the moment. Like, he's taking all of this in. He's still it is more on the side of not wanting to do this, but he's just kind of like taking in what everyone's been saying at the moment.
How much longer is the class?
Well, the class goes for 8 hours, but we can end this class once I have a final decision from each of you.
There's someone I would like to ask the council of.
Very well, and who is that?
Another professor.
Your
Which
mom?
one?
No, not my mother. I'm fairly sure I know what my mother would say.
Yeah.
Oh. Who then?
Combat teacher.
Jeremy. Very
Yes.
well.
Hmm.
You should be out teaching a practical class. You
May I
should be in the
go-
arena at the moment.
May I go seek his counsel?
Yes.
Alright, I will go seek his counsel.
Alright. You go to the arena,
Yep.
and you would find him.
Alright. Does he look too busy?
He's got a class of about 6 elite students,
I see.
having them beat
Is-
each other up.
So is he doing anything?
Seems
Watching
familiar.
them beat each other up.
Right. I will alert him to my presence and wait for him to say I can approach him.
He gestures for you to come over.
I will come over.
You skipping the class?
No, I asked for permission to come ask you your counsel for something. You have a moment?
Sure. It's just an extracurricular at the moment.
I see. I am currently taking astrology and divination.
Ah,
I'm assuming you know what
I'm
that's
slightly
what I'm here
confused for a moment. I see. So, why are you here?
The professor has made us an offer.
An offer in what regard?
Turn off our morals and anything holding us back, and making sure that all of our actions are taken for self gain for 5 months. A period without any societal restraints aside from those the professor instills on us, where you would not be afraid to step on anyone.
See.
No morals.
And why did
I-
you seek me out?
That is a good question. I do not know, but I value your insight more than I believe any other teacher here. It was either you or the devil anyway.
Alright. What would you like to ask me?
What do you think? It was you who said I should get my shit together and get become more powerful. This would probably be a way to do that.
What do you
rely
stand
on.
to gain from this?
They pause this to, like, to think of words. The willingness to do what is needed.
And what do you stand to lose?
Hopes of being different from my parents, I suppose. Because if I succeed, I'm powerful and alone, and if I fail, I'm dead.
Which matters more to you?
I see. In my place, would you do it?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know if I'd have it in me to ask myself that question.
What do you mean?
The question of what wouldn't I do?
Well, I think it should be clear that any of us would do anything. Right? That's what I'm assuming anyway. It's kind of what scares me a bit, actually. Light, I believe, has chosen to take the offer. So now there's a second reason to take it, which I believe was intentional. You have any more insight to share?
Do you personally stand to gain more or lose more from this? Your best estimation.
Maybe sacrificing potential for the things I've always been told to desire. The chance to be myself that I do not know for pleasing the people, the only people I have for the first time in my life. To lose, assuming we are given the limitation she asked, is the few good things I managed to get after I got here. To gain influence, power, and to not be a failure. I do not know, it's hard to weigh. I know Mother would have me do this. Father would probably too.
One way or another, this could be the biggest regret of your life.
Yes. That's why I'm seeking your counsel. You will always regret the chance you do not take, huh?
You could also regret the path you could have so easily avoided.
Yes. I had not thought about it that way. I see. Thank you.
Do you want my honest statement?
Yes. Always.
I think this is your best opportunity to catch up to the others.
But
You are behind them. There's no denying that.
that is true.
By letting go of this, you would have yourself an advantage, one that they do not also have.
Light would have it.
Yes. Not all of them.
I see.
I have
That
begun.
does not mean that this is the correct decision, but it would
see.
give you a step up.
I have begun taking classes in the Bots College.
See.
I believe that it is a way to divide myself from the others and find something I am myself good at. I do not plan on staying behind them for long. Thank you for your insight.
Happy I could have been for some. I'm happy I could have been of some help.
You were. Before I return, do you know where the magical contracts teacher is?
Probably sleeping.
Ah, motherfucker.
Can alert her that a student requires her presence.
Nah, I wouldn't want to wake her up just for a question.
Alright. That is kind of her job, though.
It is? I thought you guys would just pay her to come to give classes and fuck off.
No, they are paid for killing us.
No,
Indirectly.
he's paid for killing us.
Would you like me to get her attention?
Yes, actually.
Alright, he is going to sending her.
Cool.
Pulls out a stone. Alright, she's awake.
So what now?
Head to the Zarthix Tower.
I will go there, James.
Okay, you can see her at the top.
I will head there. Is there an elevator? Okay, I take the elevator.
Alright,
Hello, Professor.
you arrive at the top. Hello, Quinn. What is it?
I will give her the debrief. I'm not gonna repeat that. And after I explain the basic situation, and I thought you as well as Jeremy were the two people I'd like to ask the opinions of, if you don't mind. I trust your insight.
Very well. So here are my two thoughts on this. Firstly, for the points itself, it is worth the temporary sacrifice. However, for you personally, you're not sure on this, then
No.
you need to get sure. You should not be relying on the thoughts of others to figure out whether you should go through with something like this. We've known you for less than a week. You've known yourself for your entire life.
Not a big difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about saying, actually.
In fairness, that's
All due
only like a
respect,
5-day
Professor.
difference.
I've not been alive that long. But no, I'm not asking you whether I should do it or not. I'm asking you what's your insight in the situation. I asked Jeremy because I expect him to be pragmatic and ruthless. I'm asking you because I'm expecting you to ask yourself the question I'm asking myself, which is what does she stand to gain from this? But I do not think I can come to an answer. Likewise, I also expect you to have a better grasp on what I have to lose than I myself do. And frankly, you're more used to dealing with people than I am.
Asking what the teacher stands to gain.
Yes. That is a very specific offer to make.
More focused students, I would imagine.
No, that's
You're either going
something.
to get down to business and learn in her class, or you're just not going to show up to the class.
I see.
Either way, her classroom is more efficient.
I see. Very
Also, I
well.
would imagine it's a learning experience for her. It's to see who you truly are.
I see. Interesting. Very well. It's just strange. On some level, I am reluctant to give anyone access to my mind. Though, ironically, I do not believe I could stop her from just seizing if you wanted to, so that is a moot point. Thank you, Professor.
Alright. In the meantime, Sachi, what have you decided?
Good question. Did Kima decide on something?
Kima. So does the press like ask Kima what he's going to do, or?
She actually plans to ask Kima last.
Oh, okay.
Pressure that fucker.
That was great when the teacher uses peer pressure, isn't it?
Man,
Can
sounds like the
I-
teachers are not really good at the school and with dealing with kids.
I know, right? What are the chances?
Can I make some sort of check to see if I feel like this would be worth it in my personal life? To risk whatever could come of this? Because you obviously know more about Sachi's home life than I do.
Insight check?
To be fair, she's not wrong in saying that.
Vecna would approve.
That was what I was afraid of.
You need an inside check for that?
Cast sending to Vecna. What should I do?
Problem is,
only I had
if
that spell.
Sachi takes it, we all have to take it.
Why?
Perhaps.
What? Why?
Are you kidding? Look at those points. Fuck the emotion thing. I just want points. Like with just life, no, I don't like meta, right? Whatever, you know. But you have to make if it's just life, you can just make your decision, right? But if
So
there's
a teacher has
75,
100 points per class that they can give out, as in for the entire year. She's giving you all of the points all at once if you guys all take this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wait,
Like I
100
said-
points in total?
Though.
100 points in total or 100 points per student?
Total.
Wait,
So
hold on.
how
So that-
can
how
she
does-
give out... Wait. Then I don't understand her offer.
Yeah.
She's giving out multiple classes worth to you.
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
Fuck.
Mhm.
How?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking like if
She has
Sachi
7
takes
classes, if I'm
take
not
this-
mistaken.
It's okay. If I don't get any points from this, I'm just going to manipulate Allison to give me some. How can you allow your student to be in last place? Give me a hand here.
Oh, she might fall for that.
See, you're a dais.
You're always in last.
Look, you can't lie, James. There is a chance that might actually work if I tried it.
Sure, show me your persuasion.
Let's use a theme, crit,
Bro just goes theme.
If I just kind of sit silently for a while, would the teacher say anything else?
She's kind of just staring you down.
Man, she really wants us to go for this, huh?
yeah.
I think she's just like wanting you to say yes or no.
I just kind of like get distracted and start staring her back.
Now it's a staring contest.
Hey, if she blinks first, you get 100 points. I say do it.
When you return to the class,
Huh.
Hello.
Having a staring
without
contest.
looking away, she says, "So, how did it go? Did you decide?"
Yes, I have mostly decided, though I'm still going to wait and see who else takes it, as it might change my opinion. Complicated conundrum you've given us, Professor. We'd not be able to
Sachi,
turn it
that
off
leaves
for 5
you
minutes.
to answer me.
Hey, Kima,
Willing to
Yeah.
challenge yourself,
Yeah, Quinn.
find out who you really are?
Quinn walks up, like, instead of going to her seat, they just sit, like, on your chair. I mean, like, just side, like, on the chair, like, the back of the chair, with their backs to you.
Okay. You okay?
Yep. I just want to know what you're gonna do.
Oh, sorry, one sec.
Is AFK to avoid answering?
That's a
Ah,
move.
yes. The 1,000-year tactic. New phone, who this?
No, sorry about that.
That is okay.
I won't lie and say that I'm tempted by the offer, but
So you're not even tempted.
I think he meant to say I'm not tempted.
yeah.
So you don't plan on taking it?
I don't think so.
That is fair.
I understand why.
My-
Like, I understand their perspective, but for me personally, I see the values and lessons I've been taught as good things.
That is correct. That is fair enough.
And
And expected. It's
I think
Yeah.
I should figure out who I am with these factors before I start thinking about deciding them without them.
Yes. I understand that.
What about you?
My answer will be probably on Sachi.
Oh, right, the points.
Yes, unfortunately, I have reached the conclusion that I do not want to do this in a vacuum, not because I am afraid, but because I believe I should strive to achieve such a state by myself without outside help, so that I can turn it off when I want to. However, if Sachi takes it, then mathematically I have very little choice, as I am already hanging low on points.
Yeah, that's true. The catch up for this is going to be a nightmare.
You understand that, right?
Oh yeah, I completely understand that. That is
Good.
a
I
lot
want you
of
to
points.
know that in a vacuum, should I take this, I am taking it because of the points more than the thing itself.
I get that.
Well, yes, but seeing as we don't exactly know what we do under these effects, I would like you to know that, as I am right now, I value you, your company, and your friendship very much.
Thank you. And you do know from earlier that you do have people that care about you, right? I know that there's a lot of difficulties with your parents, but you've got us and we care about you.
Yes,
So don't
but
say that you're
if
not loved.
this exercise has proven me anything, it's that love only goes so far.
How so?
Oh, look at Light. They're gonna be an enemy for the rest of the year.
I don't know about enemy.
Well, they took the deal, and we can never trust them ourselves to be around them. Everything they say, everything they do, we hope we're gonna have to take it with 5 grains of salt. And even after it's done, who knows? Can we even trust them anymore?
I'd say we could.
Why? They know now that they can step on us, and we either forgave them for it, in which case they can just keep doing it and blame it on the spell or habits, or they just decide not to, and we still have been from expecting that for a while.
Because I think that someone's actions, that's what matters more to me. If
Well,
Light chooses to be the type of person that will continue to step on people maliciously, then I won't be their friend anymore. But if Light's doing this in order to gain a better understanding of who they are, which I myself am tempted to do, then that's understandable, and I won't think bad or doubt their intentions because of it.
even if they're in despair, they step on you.
If they do, I'll deal with it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive it. Just because I'm choosing to keep those ethical restrictions, I guess you could call it, doesn't mean I'm just gonna stand back and do nothing as people step on me or
Fair enough.
try and pull me down. I still have my own ambition. Well, I can't even say that. I I don't know what I'm gonna do or who I want to be, but I know I'm not just gonna let people walk all over me.
Good. Well, I suppose now we was made to wait for Angel, Angel Girl there, Sansa.
Yeah, those two have been staring at each other for like 5 minutes now.
It is a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, we might
I
have
know what's
4 more hours
ironic.
of this. Oh, what's ironic?
I'm fairly sure Mother has a similar spell.
Yeah, she might do. Wouldn't surprise me. I've been reading through some of the arcane notes that she's been giving me, and she's made quite a lot
Yep,
of custom spells.
yep. She and Father had a lot of them.
Oh, your dad as well.
Well, yeah, wizards and wizards, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think my dad had a few custom spells, but they were divine cleric stuff, so no
Oh,
luck
I've
with
heard
that.
Nathan there's his spells.
Most embarrassing descendant of 2 wizards, a sorcerer.
We did all this work, and it resulted in our child being bored with magic. No!
Pathetic, despicable even. Well, let's see.
So, Sachi, what is your decision?
Do either of
I
us win
believe
the
it is
staring
time for you to
contest?
decide. He has not blinked.
Dang. Do I have to blink now?
Well, you can make me a wisdom saving throw because she's ending this with command.
Oh, spoil sport.
Blink.
Wow, exact same roll.
Well, that's a bitch move, guy. Not gonna lie.
Well, look at that, you lost.
Hey, my agency.
Not your agency.
So you said we can't harm other students. What about people who aren't students?
Free to do whatever you like.
I don't like that.
Oh? Do you feel like you'll just go around murdering people?
I have some
You
pretty
wake up every
strong
day and-
temptations at home.
Well, good thing you shouldn't be there for the next 5 months.
Hmm. How strong is this enchantment? Will it be able to be broken if, say, our parents don't like it or something?
Competent mage should be able to dispel it.
Insight.
Okay, roll insight.
Wow, I am not rolling well.
Even with disadvantage, your passive beats that. So yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
I think it's more like, could a competent mage really dispel it?
So it's who we really are?
Theory.
That does not instill confidence.
You're not supposed to feel confident about this. This is a process of self-discovery. If you knew everything beforehand, or if I knew everything beforehand, there'd be no point in you going through it.
Well, I guess great place to start with secrets is finding out my own. I accept the
you agree.
enchantment.
They look to Quinn. How does that influence your decision?
Has Sachi agreed?
Yep.
I'm asking, I'm asking you in the third person, but they are looking straight at Sachi.
I
As if they're
have,
asking.
but I also... I also
And
have
so will
faith that
Zone of
I have
silence
people
on
who are-
Sachi. Did you say Quinn?
Then so will I.
And then they look to Kima.
She sort of silenced me? That's rude.
Tell me, Kima, what will you decide now that 3 of your friends have decided to?
Well, I understand all of their reasons for why they want to do this, and 100 points is so tempting.
Come, Kima, join us. Join the dark side.
We have cookies.
Can I hear, or you cut out? You didn't.
You cannot hear.
Oh, I'm just
You know-
in silence. Can I move out of the zone
Yeah,
of
you
silence?
can just move out of the zone of silence.
Or did she cast it on me? I don't know that spell.
She cast it on the area around you.
Okay, well I move out of the zone of silence so I can hear what's going on.
Alright. You get up, she just ends the spell. You sit back down. Kima, as you'll say.
I understand the reasons why everyone's doing this, and it is a very tempting offer. Not just for the points, but I value the lessons and the values that I've gained through my history, and I think that I should understand who I am with them before I consider doing so without them.
Very well. I can understand that fear of finding out.
I suppose
And whether
maybe-
you're ready to admit it to yourself or not, you are afraid. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
It is a big step in self-discovery.
Professor?
I guess maybe part of me is afraid.
Yes, Quinn?
I mean, I hope you are not offended by my reasoning behind this decision.
I am not.
Nice.
That being said, I do have one last comment.
No?
You are all taking a step ahead of your friend here.
Sorry, my dog's acting up. 1 sec.
I do not think that will be a problem.
Very well.
Sorry, what did I miss?
They said we were all taking a step ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
And I said I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I mean, that's what happens in life, isn't it? People are ahead of others. That's just a part of it.
Indeed.
And if they take 1 step forward, I just need to work harder and make sure I take 2.
Very well. She casts Dominate Monster. Can I get all 3 of you to make a saving throw?
I fail.
What saving throw?
Wisdom.
Nope. Oh shit.
Are you proficient?
No.
Ah.
I just thought it
Could
would
have
be
actually
funny.
beaten a DC if you were proficient.
She takes a second, she's like almost, but no.
Okay, you're all dominated.
Cool. What for?
She is giving you the instructions that you are to act in your own best interest. These are the instructions being written in the children chat.
Okay, because I was gonna say that's not really what she said.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, but by the way, doesn't this only last an hour?
Nope. Enchantment spells that she casts are permanent until
The
until
enchantment
dispelled.
stone. Yeah. Do we still have emotions while this state?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh, 75 points. It would have been so good.
You could you could have gotten 100.
I know.
So, dominated. What was the instruction exactly again?
They are being written down.
Currently running it.
Okay. Are we ending it for today then?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna like react at all.